Fans of Spy X Family were all excitedly waiting for the second part of the first season after the initial 12 episodes were released earlier this year. Finally, part 2 of the series started airing on 1st of October this year, and viewers are delighted to see the new addition to the Forger family home. Are you curious to see who it is? Watch to find out. Hi guys, and welcome back to AniCap Explained. Today we'll be recapping part 2 of the first season of Spy X Family episodes 13 to 19. Following Loid's promise to Anya, the family agrees to purchase a dog as a reward for receiving a Stella Star. Loid contacts his spy agency to set up trained guard dogs for Anya in a pet store, but none of them impress Anya. The shop owner informs them that there's an adoption fair in town, and the family decides to head there instead. Loid suddenly gets called for a mission, so he makes an alibi saying he needs to use the bathroom, and tells Anya and Ur to go ahead. Loid's mission is to stop terrorists from planning to use dogs as bomb carriers. Elsewhere at the pet adoption fair, Anya and Ur excitedly look around at several dogs and animals to take home. When a big white dog passes by the window, Anya reads his mind and receives a vision of her family. Curious about the dog, she decides to follow him. She ends up in a terrorist hideout. When the terrorists find her, the white dog helps her escape. Anya figures out that the white dog can predict the future and they try to escape the terrorists, but end up right in front of the hideout. Thankfully, Ur comes to their rescue. The leader of the terrorists, named Keith, flees before he attracts more attention. As Ur calls the police to pick up the men she knocked down, Anya sees another vision from the white dog. In the vision, Loid dies, deserting Anya and Ur. Fearing the future she just saw, she takes off with the white dog to prevent her father from dying. Meanwhile, Loid's spy agency Wise is on the move and catching the rest of the terrorists around town. Loid is also dispatched to search for the remaining terrorists and their leader. Anya spots the location in the white dog's vision and rushes to prevent the bomb from exploding. She warns Loid of the bomb by leaving behind a message drawn with ketchup. Keith attempts to murder a minister by using a dog that's familiar with his scent, but Loid, disguised as the minister, manages to trick him and leads the terrorists to a part of the town without people. Loid manages to throw the bomb attached to the dog into the river where it explodes harmlessly. Aware that his plan has failed, Keith flees the scene, but Ur spots him and she crashes the car, delivering a powerful kick. The crime is finally resolved, and Loid returns to his family. While Ur and Anya inform Loid about the terrorists, Loid's superior Sylvia enters the scene disguised as part of the SSS. They tell the family that they will be taking the dog with them. However, Anya rebels and demands to keep the dog for herself. She threatens Loid and the disguised Wise agents that she will quit school if she isn't given the dog. In order to appease her, Sylvia allows the family to bring the dog home after they run a few tests on the dog. The next day, the white dog finally arrives at the Forger household as part of their family. At school, Anya tries to impress Damian with news of her owning a dog but fails. The rest of the day she contemplates what to name her new dog. Finally, the family decides to take a walk in the park, and Anya tries to think of names for her dog. Anya notices the dog's similarities to Bondman, her favorite cartoon character, and decides to name the dog Bond. Getting used to everyday life again, Loid and Anya notice that Ur has been arriving home late for several days. Unknown to the rest of the family, Ur has been taking cooking lessons from Camilla after work every day. During the classes, Ur has a hard time preparing the ingredients. When Ur finally serves her meal, only Yuri enjoys the food. Camilla suggests that Ur should cook something from her childhood. She recalls a stew a mother used to cook for them when she and Yuri were younger and tries to recreate the dish. In her first attempt, she manages to make a successful dish for the evening. Once she arrives home, she announces that she'll cook dinner for the family for the evening. She prepares the same dish she made at Camilla's house, and Loid and Anya are surprised that the food is edible and good. However, when she presents dessert, it turns out to be a bad dish and Loid and Anya pass out on the floor. On a different day, Frankie enlists Loid to help him impress a girl he's been crushing on. Despite being against the mission, Loid decides to help him anyway. Loid helps Frankie practice his conversation skills by disguising himself as the girl. Once Frankie feels confident enough, he decides to face the girl. The next day, the Forger family is out on a walk. They notice that Frankie seems to be a little sad, so Loid decides to have a drink with him to cheer him up. Interesting story up to this point? Great! But before I move further, please subscribe to the channel and give us a like. Done? Well then, let's continue. At school, Anya attempts to impress Damian with a new family photo with Bond in it. She pretends to drop her photo accidentally but doesn't attract his attention. Becky gets a glimpse of the picture and instantly falls in love with Anya's father. Since her plan failed, she tries befriending Damian in arts and crafts class by helping him improve his griffin sculpture. However, the end result turns out to be a complete mess. Despite turning into an ugly project, Damian wins first place because the judges saw more profound meaning in his art. The next part of the episode focuses on introducing Sylvia, who is one of Loid's superiors in Wise. It follows her daily life as an undercover spy on her way to discuss details with Loid regarding his current mission. The post-credits scene shows a flashback of how Yuri developed his durability for years' horrible cooking. Students at Eden Academy receives an announcement stating that midterms will take place soon. Stella Stars will be awarded to the 2 top students in class, but a Tonitrous Bolt will be given to anyone who has failed any of the exams. Anya realizes that midterms will fall on an eclipse, meaning she will not be able to read minds for the day, making her unable to cheat her way through the exam. So Yuri invites Yuri over to help Anya study for the exam. Anya admits that she hates studying, but Yuri convinces her that education is the key to a better life. She gets encouraged to study, but they make no progress and Yuri gives up and heads home. However, Anya decides to continue studying. When Loid arrives home, he discovers Yuri and Anya were studying the wrong material for the exam. Fearing for her results, he sneaks into the school to alter her answers. He goes undercover as a professor and makes his way to the vault where the test papers are kept. He discovers another spy on the school grounds acting suspiciously. He tries to cover up the spy's mess because he might also be exposed as a spy if something goes wrong. He learns that the other spy was hired to tamper with the Desmond siblings' exams. When the other spy finally leaves, he undoes the other spy's sabotage. When Loid spots Anya's results, he learns that she managed to pass the exam on her own despite scoring poorly. Elsewhere, the other spy receives a call that he will be fired. George Glumman, a classmate of Anya, overhears that his family's business is failing due to the Desmond group. At school, Anya's class is tasked to clean one of the gardens in school. While they are all busy, Anya accidentally reads George's mind and learns that he's trying to expel Damian from school for what his father did to his family. George tries to convince a teacher that Damian has hit him, but Anya steps in and tells the teacher that Damian is innocent. The teacher leaves and Damian confronts George about what he's been trying to do. George reveals that his family is going bankrupt and he may have to leave Eden Academy. He tells them that he was hoping to expel Damian so Damian's father would be distracted and cease tormenting his father. Damian decides to buy some juice as an apology to George. Since it's possibly his last day in Eden Academy, George figures out he can use Damian's guilt and makes him do favors for him for the entire day. By the end of the day, he requests his whole class to join him in song. Becky and Damian are the first to start singing, and soon everyone joins in. All his classmates give him presents and he returns home ready to receive the news. However, he learns that his family's company is fine, and he goes to school the next day embarrassed. In the next part of the episode, Anya wakes up late and she rushes to the school bus. While Yuri is taking care of chores around the house, she realizes that Anya left her gym clothes and attempts to deliver them to Anya. Upon Yuri's arrival at school, she tries to sneak her way to Anya's classroom so no one will find out Anya forgot her uniform back home. Meanwhile, Loid spots Yuri and thinks that she's onto him. Yuri finally finds Anya only to be told that there isn't any gym class today. Loid meets Yuri as she leaves the school and invites her out to lunch to cheer her up. The Forger family still seems to struggle to act as a normal family, but it's good to know that they all genuinely care for each other. While Yuri and Anya are true to their feelings about keeping the family together, Loid is still convincing himself that he's the one keeping them together for the sake of his mission. However, it's clear to see that he's starting to enjoy family life. We hope to see more of their heartfelt moments. Hopefully future episodes will highlight Anya's newly acquired dog bond. Currently, only Anya is aware of her parents' secret identities. So what will happen once her parents learn about each other and Anya's abilities? Thanks for watching, and if you liked it, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing so you never miss out on any new recaps. That's all for today. We'll see you at the next one.